It had been a while since I'd played DayZ just normally without putting restrictions on myself, probably I think a couple of months. So I thought I'd just spawn in a regular server, play around with the new gear, just look for items and gear up and play in third person. Some interesting things happened. I'm going to stretch it across 2, maybe 3 videos depending on how long my character lives for, but there's definitely 2 videos worth so far. The first thing that happened was I ran into someone, we were running around looting together. I lost him after the server reset. And then I just continued on to Starry, the military base near that boob-shaped hill. And then I moved down to Zelenogorsk. Basic survival is still just really easy. You just have to walk from building to building and be patient. And finding enough food and drink and gearing up is no problem at all. It just really gave me the urge to get shot at or shoot someone. There's so little challenge in the rest of the game. I was hoping to head down to the coast and find some trouble, or maybe find some in Zelenogorsk here. As I was moving towards the military area, I decided I was going to avoid the camo building because I've seen so many screenshots and videos of people glitching through walls and fucking killing people in there. I just thought it was pointless going in, so I thought I'd just quickly try to loot the barracks and then escape. I wasn't sure exactly where those shots were coming from. I was assuming that it was coming from the military area. They might have been using third person and just watching through the windows, camping and waiting for someone to come through so they could kill them, which I thought might be happening. But it also sounded like they were coming up from the hill kind of south of Zelenogorsk, that little barn or something like that, but it was hard to tell. So they could see me, I couldn't see them, I didn't know their exact position, and what I wanted to do was run through Zelenogorsk. After a while they would think that I'd gotten away or escaped, and I wanted to kind of try to find a good position where I could watch them and surprise them and turn the whole situation on its head. I managed to get into a position where I could see them and they didn't know where I was, they couldn't see me, but my gun wasn't really equipped for that kind of range. I couldn't think of a way to get closer without putting myself in a lot of danger. Then I decided to just scare them basically by shooting at them, maybe make their heart rate go up like they made mine go up, and see if they logged out or retreated or something themselves. After a while, I decided I'd take a big risk, try to get closer and see if I could get into some kind of gunfight and see what could happen. Unfortunately, the server restarted, and that's when I decided to call it a night. The next time I logged in a few days later, I did a bit of looting and then decided to head straight down to the coast and follow the coast along to see if I could get into some trouble. I decided to visit Balota by moving between the railroad tracks and the ocean. On the ocean side, I know that no one's going to come from that direction unless they're really sneaking along the water there. I only have to worry about the east, the west and the north, and the railroad track, the hump, gives me some good cover, and I can use my third person camera, my invisible periscope, to peek over the top while I'm laying prone and I'm safe. I heard those M4 shots and I wanted to investigate, observe them, see what they're shooting at, either people or zombies. I thought I'd try to move in without them seeing me, try to be careful and sneak up. This zombie gave me a scare because I thought it might make them notice me, but they didn't. And I just kept moving up to try and find them. They stopped making noise after that point, so I kind of lost them. I thought there was a very small chance they might keep heading west. There was a much better chance that they'd go east towards Cherno and Electro and so on. Did you see that? Are you wondering why I stopped and put my scope on that second tower? That's why skylining is so bad for your health. Even though they're that far away and they're just a couple of pixels high, I still spotted them. If they were doing the same thing but with some trees behind them or some other kind of background, I would not have seen them. It's far too small. But if they're the only couple of dark pixels against a light blue sky, you're going to see them, and that's why it's such a bad thing to do in reality as well. I didn't know if it was the same people that I'd heard shooting at the airfield, but I decided to get up to a building which was next to the one I saw them on so that I could maybe look down on them if they were campers. They might have been some snipers just sitting up there and looking over the airfield. Who knows? It turned out that they were gone, and I was thinking that it was more likely that it was the people that I'd heard shooting before. Maybe they were just coming up here and exploring and having a look over the area. I assumed that they'd probably be moving towards Cherno pretty slowly as they looted buildings kind of step by step, so I kind of did the same. I didn't want to risk overtaking them so that they saw me first and maybe shot me in the back. If you noticed it there, I just heard another shot, so I thought I'd get up on top of this building and have a look around. I usually wouldn't want to get up on top of a building like this because there are so many other higher ones which can look down on it, so it isn't terribly safe, but I wanted to be able to find these guys. I still hadn't had any luck getting my eyes on them, but I'd been hearing shots and I was getting a pretty good idea of exactly where they were. It sounded like they'd gone right down into Cherno, and it seemed like the right time to start moving down that hill.